friends, 2 time zones, and a shared love of stories.
I'm Freya.
And I'm Jamie.
Bridging time zones 1 chapter at a time.
Welcome to Once Upon a Time Zone.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Once Upon a Time Zone. Welcome back to our new year, new season 2. Well, we're a few episodes in now, but it still feels exciting and new, honestly. Today we have a bit of a different episode for us. I feel like it's very relevant at the moment though, because so many books, some of our favorite books, are either getting adapted to screen or have the rights to be adapted to a TV show or a movie. So today we are going to be going through some books we are super excited that are getting adapted. They may be in the works already. There may just be like rumors going around that they're getting adapted. And then at the very end, we're going to talk about some books that we think would make excellent movies or TV shows that haven't yet got any kind of rights or in the works at all. So yeah, a fun little episode today. But of course, before we get into that, Jamie, what are you currently reading?
Okay, I'm not actually reading what you think I'm reading right now because I just finished the book that you thought I was reading. And that is A Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir. So I just finished that one. And I'm about to pick up the Midnight Celestial by Alexandra. It's an arc that I have. So I haven't seen anyone else pick this one up yet, so I'm really excited about it. But it's a YA standalone fantasy, and the comp title is Caraval. So like in the marketing blurb, it's like for fans of Caraval, and immediately I was like, ooh, I'm intrigued. But the premise of it sounds so much fun. So the protagonist she knows how to summon spirits. That's her magical power, but she uses it to entertain people, I think. She puts on these shows for balls and events and like for the theater. And I don't know, I guess there's this rule in her realm where at one point she has to go through this test or this trial to prove that she can keep her power safely and like control her power, I guess. But she fails that test. And then so there's this like whole second chance thing where people who fail the test can go on this luxury cruise ship. And when they go on the luxury cruise ship, they have like one last chance to prove that they can use their powers to like be performers, but like not like be dangerous or cause danger. So then she works as this cruise ship performer and competes with these other cruise ship performers to prove her worth, basically. But then there's another but then.
Oh my gosh, we're just getting everything.
So much happens. I haven't started the book yet. This is just the synopsis. A guest on the cruise ship gets murdered and she gets framed for the murder. So then we get this like cruise ship murder mystery.
It's like an Agatha Christie novel all of a sudden.
Yeah. It sounds like an Agatha Christie. Like it sounds like Murder on the Orient Express or something, but cruise ship, and then add magic and like summoning the dead.
Death on the Nile isn't?
Oh yeah.
That is crazy. So much. That could be really fun. Like
I know,
one of the funnest books ever.
I know. I'm so excited to read it. I literally haven't opened it yet. I'm just so excited at the premise, and I'm gonna start reading it after this recording. But yeah.
Oh my gosh, I need updates.
Yeah. I have a cat.
You have a little friend.
So I'm sitting like crooked on my chair today. I'm just sitting on the side because he gets this side.
Oh, we love a bit of company.
Yep.
I do need to ask though, not Torch Against the Night, Reaper at the Gates. What did you think?
Okay.
With the ending.
I feel like I'm having the weirdest experience reading this series because the plot is really good. Like the plot is so fun, and I like how the world has turned into this ghostly, creepy, eerie type of a world, but I don't feel connected to the characters. And
I'm actually not that surprised.
Really?
Because like kind of same until like literally, that's why I was so surprised that I loved the last book as much as I did. Because I feel like they were a consistent like 4.25, 4.5 because there was nothing I could really fault about them. Like I loved what was happening and what happened was crazy. But I was like, there was like this sense of like separation, and then the end book changed my mind. So I don't know. I'll be curious.
Okay, there's still hope. Yeah, because I feel like in the first book, what's it called? An Ember in the Ashes. I felt so connected to them. Like I loved the character so much, and there was that like climax in An Ember in the Ashes. That chapter, I was like I was feeling all the feelings. And then since then, I haven't felt connected to them, except for maybe like the third character, the new POV that was added, without saying too much. That's the character I find the most interesting in the second and third
Yeah.
books. But for our two main characters, like our original characters that we started with, I don't feel connected to them. But I'm like, there's so many cool things happening to you, but I don't know, I don't feel the attachment. So it's a weird experience.
That's so interesting. It is like a really cool world though, hey? Like all the
It is.
like
Yeah.
it's just the mood of it is very, very unique.
Yeah, and they're really heavy on the prophecy thing, which is not new for a fantasy book, but I like how they do the prophecy thing. It's in a very creepy way, and it's tied in with, yeah, all the creatures and the ghosts and all that stuff.
Yep.
So I love the world. I love the story. I just don't understand why I can't care about the characters. But maybe the fourth book will convince me because it convinced you. So I have hope.
Yeah, it was so surprising though, like because I feel like it wasn't till halfway through and then like everything started happening and suddenly I was like super nervous for our characters and I was like, oh, I haven't felt this till like now.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If it happens to you, that will be very, very funny, but I'm curious.
We'll see. I'll probably get to it in February, maybe, like in my next continuing series
Yeah.
vlog. I'm trying to do one continuing series vlog every month to keep me on track
Yeah.
with my series. But yeah, that was my experience. Okay, but I need you to tell me about your current read.
I don't think you'd know what it is either.
Wait, are you done?
It's Jade War by Fonda Lee.
Okay. Hold on. For context for everyone, you just started Jade City from my impression like 2 days ago.
I posted on my story that I was reading Jade City. And it actually happened to be during a 24-hour readathon, but it was towards the end of the 24-hour readathon. And I was like, that's kind of a better time to pick it up because, you know, I don't have to like force myself to finish it even if I'm really tired or whatever. Anyway, I literally could not put it down. Like I was so addicted. I will say the first like, I want to say like only 50 pages, I would say. Was a little bit confusing. I was trying to get our head around because we're in a very, for those who haven't read it, it's like an urban fantasy. Like you're in a very modern world and basically the only magical element to this world is jade from what I can gather. And like that gives people like power and strength. So that was kind of like when they were talking about, you know, calling a taxi and arriving at the airport and like pulling out guns and everything. I was kind of like,
Where am I?
yeah, literally. I was like, okay, it's fine. We're in like a crime lord world.
Yep.
And there's magic. And that made it a little bit easier for me to understand. But oh my gosh, I did not expect to be that invested in it. And then I tried to read something else yesterday, like last night. And I was like, I actually can't focus on anything else. And I was like, you know, I've been saying I want to continue series quicker. Let's just go on to the next book in the series.
You're doing it.
Yeah, I'm
my
already
God.
like I think I'm like 100 pages in already from last
Oh my
night.
goodness. Okay, I'm so glad it went well. This is like the best
feel
outcome
like
ever.
Yeah, I'm always a bit nervous whether as like, I don't know, sometimes, yeah, like kind of Ember in the Ashes, you're not going to connect to it as much as other people have connected to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, very, very, very successful. And I feel like as well, I love just sitting down and having a day to just dedicate yourself to a new fantasy world. That is the best feeling rather than having a night and then you won't get to read the next day and then like you might get 50 pages in the day after that. I feel like that really hinders my experience. But
Yep.
wow. So cool. So cool. Like the world, the
Right?
setting,
The
the
characters.
plot twist in like the middle of the book. I was like, did I read that right? It kind of for some reason is like reminiscent of Brandon Sanderson for me. Like the Mistborn specifically, not Way of Kings. Then like also parts of it I'll tell you after why, but I can't tell you without spoilers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think
yeah.
I know what you're
And then
saying. Yeah.
I'm like, Yeah. And then I'm also like Six of Crows. It's giving me Six of Crows vibes. And I haven't had
Yes.
that feeling in a book since reading Six of Crows, however many years ago. So very, very glad that it's giving me that, like reminiscent of that.
No, yeah, immediately when I started it too, I was like, yeah, this is so Six of Crows. It's just that like urban fantasy. We have the gang syndicate type things,
Yeah.
and it's like the street war type of an
Yeah.
atmosphere. And I feel like it's also similar to Six of Crows because of like the magical substance and then the drug that's been developed that helps
Yeah.
enhance the magical substance. That's kind of a similar idea, but handled so differently. Where Six of Crows is more focused on the heist, and then Jade City is focused on more of like the politics behind everything.
Yeah.
So a different type of a story, but with a same, like a similar type of a setup. Oh, but I'm so
Yeah.
happy you are liking it.
I'm literally loving it. And I feel like as well with kind of urban fantasies, I just never know where the plot is going to go. I was talking about this, I think, a while ago, when with romanticies, you start to understand the typical like progression of a romantic story. And even if there are, you know, little outliers that happen throughout the plot, it's still that overarching theme to the story. But when it, even if you read a lot of like YA fantasies, it's for any genre, but because I'm so new to like urban fantasies, I don't know what's going to happen, and I keep getting caught off guard, and I love it. It makes it so much more just high stakes. That's the other thing I was saying in my vlog. I was like, oh, it's
so
really
high
high stakes
stakes.
at the moment. And then I came back and I was like, the stakes are even higher. And then by the end I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. And by she, I mean Fonda Lee, she will continue to surprise you as it keeps going.
Oh my
It
God.
like you think you know and you will never know. And she will continue to surprise you. Things will continue to feel so high stakes. And I love that. I love that she's not afraid as an author, you know, like she's not afraid to kill off a character. She's not afraid to
Yeah.
just like turn things around, but everything makes sense too. It's not like plot twists that don't have substance behind them. Like every plot twist that happens, you're like, I didn't see this coming, but it makes so much sense. Like they like, you know, like it just feels
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, it is. It's a very fine line. I will say, little sidetrack here, but every time I see like a booktuber I know reading Metal Slinger, like do a reading vlog including Metal Slinger, I have to go and watch it because it's like either going to actually I will say you're the minority of the plot twists, the dislike of the plot twist, but
Really?
yeah, which is quite interesting. But every time I watch it, I'm like watching until the end and I'm like, I want to see your reaction. I want to see, because I feel like it's the most outlandish plot twist that you always are going to have a crazy reaction to it. Like
Yeah.
there's always going to be a strong feelings involved.
Whether it's good or bad, it's going to be strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about our, I guess, the book to movie adaptations that have been announced that we are excited about. I actually want to start talking about one that is really, really, really far off
Okay.
because the
Go for it.
series has been on my mind lately. The Lord of the Rings, the new movie that they're making. Have you heard of this?
Yes. Yes. With like Gollum.
Yeah. Okay, because I feel like I heard when this was announced little while ago, but I haven't really heard much. Like it kind of lost buzz, probably because it's going to be very far in the future. But it
Yeah.
does seem to be actually happening. So this is The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, and it's slated for a 2027 release, I think like December of 2027. So long time. But it's going to be directed and starring Andy Serkis. Which is like insane that he's gonna come back as
Only
Gollum.
him. Only he could do that.
Literally. But apparently Frodo and Gandalf will be present, and apparently Elijah Wood and Ian McKellen are confirmed as well, which is
Yeah.
also insane. But the premise of this one is that it's basically set. So in the Fellowship of the Ring, we have Bilbo's birthday party at the beginning of the story, and then Frodo sets off on his adventure. I don't know why they cut this part out of the movie, but in the books, there's a 17-year gap between the birthday party and when they set off for the adventure. But I guess that would have been really hard to do in the movie. I don't know, they could have done a time jump.
It's like what, like a few hours in the movie?
Yeah. It's like, oh, 17 years have passed. So this new movie will take place within that 17-year gap, and it'll follow Aragorn as he goes on a hunt for Gollum at Gandalf's request. So this is going to be exciting.
I think it could be, like, I always feel like when it takes a long time to make a movie,
it's a good sign.
Usually, yeah, like there's a lot of thought going into it.
Yeah.
And I feel like my biggest thing, I don't know, we haven't even talked about the Lord of the Rings like movies compared to like The Hobbit, and the fact that they made a 220-page book into a 3-part movie where all of them are over like 2 hours. Like that was not necessary in my mind. I was like, I loved the first Hobbit, but then they just kept adding stuff. And I was like, guys, come on, you didn't. So but there was elements of that I feel like really differed and didn't feel true Tolkien-ish to me as the movies went on, like as they got later. So I'm really hoping that we get back to that kind of original, like the original trilogy, which is obviously so hard to do since it was made so long ago. And but literally the reason it was so real is because they just found every place to film it. Like there was like hardly any CGI.
Which we're going to go to.
Actual people.
Because we're gonna go do the halfling marathon.
Yeah, we're gonna do all the like touring spots. We'll just stop each filming spot.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we just do that. Like we'll just like watch that and then go do the
or like we'll extreme outing in 2027. We're gonna watch the Hunt for Gollum, and then we'll do the halfling marathon. Well, that just gives us more time to train.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I feel like Our Hunt for Gollum.
Yeah, I have faith in this one because I feel like they're getting so many of like the original team back that truly care about the series and like the franchise as a whole. So I have faith in this one because have you seen, I haven't participated in any of these, but like, because they made the Rings of Power on Prime, that TV show. I tried to watch the first episode and I could not make it through it. I don't know what they did with it. I don't like.
Yeah, I didn't get through the trailer, so I'm impressed with that.
You did. I was just like, I was so curious, you know, like, I think I watched like 5 minutes of it. Like I didn't get through that much at all. But I think I saw all of the different creatures and I was like, these are not elves. You know, like you have this look set, you have the attributes, the characteristics of this fantastical series set for you. Why did you redesign them to be not the same?
I know. I didn't really understand like the full point of that series, if I'm going to be honest. Like I remember when it was announced and I kind of was just like, why?
Yeah.
Like
I've been seeing from a lot of people that it's basically more of like a fan fiction. Like it's treated as a fan fiction and not canon in the world. So
yeah, because I think if they wanted to keep it in the world, there's so much material from Tolkien that you could have based it off. Like he's got a million short stories that you could have, you know, adapted or whatever, or gone into all of that. So yeah, I feel like that's what confused me. I was like, if you wanted a new story, you probably could have found one.
There's so much material out there.
Yeah.
There was also the something Rohirrim that came out last year? This year? Did it come out? I didn't watch it, but I remember watching the trailer and it was this animated movie.
Yeah. I remember getting an ad for it.
Yeah.
But I didn't really look into it.
I didn't participate in it. But the ad was weird, or the trailer, because the trailer started out with just a montage of flashbacks from the original trilogy of the films. And then it cut to this animated style of film, which I think is a whole other discussion, like adapting things in an animated form versus live action form. I think I can get behind the animation in some series. But with Lord of the Rings, I feel like they need to do live action because that's what has been established.
Yeah.
Like, it's so established, the look of it. And that's what went wrong with the Rings of Power, too, is that it looks so different. Just follow, you know, what's already been established. But I do like the idea of an animated movie for other fantasy series, I think. Like, Arcane. Yeah. Have you watched Arcane?
That was so good. That
was
almost
so good.
is very Jade City, is it not?
Yeah, there are some similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually just occurred to me then. But no, that was done really, really well, I think. I think you're right. If it hasn't been established as this full franchise that has such an incredible fan base behind it, and a fan base off those looks, like people are cosplaying specifically to those looks. I don't know. It's a bit... The only one I feel like which isn't necessarily a fantasy that I feel like did it well was Spider-Man, but I guess that was originally like comics and originally a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's a bit different again. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. I just get really confused when things get adapted from like live action to animation or animation to live action. It's like the exact same story. And I'm like, why?
Why did you do that? Like, what was it? The... How to Train Your Dragon to live action.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it. I heard it was actually pretty good, but I didn't watch it, the live action.
Yeah. I've heard like so many of my friends watched it because they love the original. And they're like, yeah, it was like a great live action, but it was the exact same as the original. So I'm not really sure why we like it was a good movie. It was great, but it was the exact same. It's the same story.
Yeah, I think like even just watching the trailer in that one, because they made the trailer basically the same trailer as the animated version, matching it shot by shot. But then I was like, yeah, even more like, okay, what's the point then? It's the same movie.
Yeah, it kind of, that really confused me. I think How to Train Your Dragon is such a cool world as well.
Oh, it's so fun.
I feel like, again, there's probably room there to create a spin-off or, you know, something like that. But
they just redid it. Okay, what's another one you're excited for?
I feel like this one's coming out soonish, or like at least it's in the works. The Nightingale by Kristin Hannah. This, like the fact when it was announced that Dakota and Elle Fanning are starring in this.
Oh my goodness, yes.
It felt so right. It's when, as soon as they cast someone, you can kind of get a feel for the movie, I feel like you can go, yeah, this is going to be great. Or, I don't know. Same with people we meet on vacation. When I saw that cast, I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yep.
I do think this is going to, like, break me.
Oh, it's going to be so sad.
But, yeah, what are your thoughts? There's a lot they have to do right, I will say. But, yeah, what are your thoughts?
I feel like this one will be really good. I think especially because we're literally having sisters act out the role of sisters. It's just going to make it feel so much more real, and it's probably going to feel really real to them, like on set. I can't imagine acting in these roles, like these deeply emotional, traumatizing roles with someone that you have like that actual bond with, like that sisterly bond with. I think it, like, their on-screen chemistry is probably going to be insane because it's going to be literally real.
I think this is their first movie they've done together as well, isn't it?
I think so. That I've seen, at least.
I think I saw in an interview they were saying it's like their first time working together. Do we know who is playing who? Like what sister? Because I know Dakota's the older sister in real life, but
I think she is playing the older one. I forget their names.
Okay.
Vivienne and what are their names?
Is it Isabel? No.
Isabel? Oh,
I've got like...
I'm so bad at remembering names of characters. Like, I remember exactly what they've been through, but I don't remember their names.
Literally, especially when it's like in real life. Like when it's a fantasy world, I can kind of remember the names a little bit better because they're usually a bit more unique. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they are. Like, Dakota is acting as the older sister, though. And Elle is acting as the younger sister, which I think suits
that'll
them.
be... Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like that really suits them. And like pretty good director as well. Michael Morris, like hopefully he'll like really capture the vision. Yeah, it's just, oh my God, I'm just like thinking about it coming to screen. I'm just like, that's going to be so intense.
I'm going to start crying already. This one's pretty far out too, though. I think it's set for February 12th, 2027, which is actually my birthday.
Yeah.
It's going to be my little birthday. Maybe it's going to be my birthday outing. Just go going and crying.
Oh, that's a brutal birthday outing.
Happy birthday! Just gonna have a breakdown.
Yeah, literally. I feel like it feels like it's sooner because we've got a cast, or at least our main characters cast. Like,
yeah,
as soon as we get a cast, it's like, oh, it's actually happening. Like, it's in the works. Whether is, I mean, we'll get into it, but like so many of these have been in the talks for like a year or 2 years, or possibly more for some of them. But yeah, I'm very excited about that one.
Another one I'm excited about is actually Anxious People by Fredrik Backman. This one is expected, I don't know if there's a release date, but it's expected 2026, I think. But the entire cast has been announced, and the director is actually the same director who did A Man Called Otto, which is A Man Called Ove adapted, which I actually haven't watched yet, but I feel like I have faith in that, because if Fredrik Backman's already trusted him to do one book and then like agreed for him to do this next one, then I don't know, I feel like I trust that.
Yeah, surely. Yeah, I haven't watched it either because I wanted to read the book first. So
yep. This one I think is going to be funny because this one is his most quirky book. It's the most humorous. It's the most kind of outlandish to me. There is one thing in this one one part in this one that I'm not sure how they're going to execute, because there is kind of this big plot twist moment that relies on a bit of an unreliable narrator moment. And so, I don't really know how they're going to achieve that on film. And I can't explain it because I don't want to spoil anything, but there's this really huge moment where it's like, whoa, like unreliable narrator, but in the best way, that I don't know how they're going to do on screen.
I will say, oh no, actually no. I was about to say, I'm trying to think of like moments I've seen that on screen, because obviously I read books like that. Yeah. And I'm trying to think if I've ever seen it done on screen, and I've definitely seen, I don't know, it's kind of different though. The ones that I've seen, you think you know the character and then it's a full switch, but it's not necessarily an unreliable narrator. It's more like you never really knew them, because like, it's not like, I don't know in this case is if it's they tell you like false things, or I don't know.
It's just sort of withholding information.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna say anything more.
Yeah. It's really hard to.
Yeah.
This cast is crazy.
Yeah. So Amy Lou Wood is in it, who I really loved in White Lotus in season 3. She was incredible in that. I think she's gonna nail this role. I don't even know what character she plays. I don't want to look too deep, like far into it, because I want to be surprised. I have a feeling of what character she plays, and I think she's gonna do such a good job. I feel like she suits the tone of this story so well too. I think it's gonna be really good. But like Angelina Jolie is also in this one, and a whole bunch of other people. This director, Mark Forster, also did the movie Stranger Than Fiction, which I think also really suits the vibe of this one, because it's, again, kind of like a quirky, a little bit off-putting, but in like a fun, lighthearted way kind of a vibe.
Yeah.
So, I think this one's going to be good.
I can't get over with that cast announcement, to be honest. I feel like they're two such powerhouses of women, and them in a movie together is going to be so fun, because like I've just come to love Amy Lou Wood as well.
Yeah. And they're just, what's their dynamic?
It's like chalk and cheese in a way, but also they're both so like respectful and open-minded, and just, I don't know, there's just beautiful human beings that I can't wait to see like their dynamic on screen. It'll be so cool. Another one I'm excited, and I feel like I think this is the one that's coming out closest, at least that we have a date for, is Verity. It comes out in October of 2026. Okay, this is so weird, because to me, how is this a Colleen Hoover book? This is so different from all of her. This feels like a Freida McFadden novel to me. Like, it doesn't feel like a Colleen Hoover book. And I don't know, have you seen any of the movies that have been adapted from Colleen Hoover yet?
I watched It Ends With Us. That's the only one.
Yeah. I mean, then there's only Regretting You, but then there's another one coming out. I saw a poster for. I'm trying to remember the name. They're all such similar names.
There's another one?
I'm trying to remember the name of it, but there's another one coming out, and then there's this one as well. So I didn't love Regretting You. I didn't love It Ends With Us, but I feel like Verity having Anne Hathaway and Dakota Johnson in a movie together, again, very powerful, prominent women on the screen. I think that could be really, really cool. So I am super excited about this one.
It's not who I pictured. Like, I don't think any of the cast is really what I pictured. And I also I don't think I've seen Anne Hathaway do like a creepy character before that I can remember.
Trying to remember. Yeah, I've seen her in different roles. Like, she's definitely done an array of roles, but I don't think I've seen her as like for example, Amanda Seyfried, I'd seen in a thriller before The Housemaid.
Yeah.
But I feel like Anne Hathaway definitely has been in some thrillers. I don't think I've just seen them.
Yeah,
I can
I
like
don't think
picture
I've
her.
seen
Maybe I'm mixing them up in my head. I'm not sure. I feel like I pictured Dakota Johnson. Like, that's kind of how I pictured her character. I did picture like Verity as a more kind of, I don't know, just like haunting look. Like maybe like a white blonde hair, like Freya. I don't know. I just pictured her in a very haunting kind of look.
I mean, like, they can do hair and makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like she is very talented, so she can probably pull it off. But yeah, in terms of her, from what I know her as, not what I pictured. But
yeah,
she can probably do a good job with it. And yeah, I feel like Dakota Johnson probably fits her character more in this one, because she tends to play that kind of gullible character. Like, coerced character. So I feel like I feel like that fits.
I think it'll be like a fun thriller, if you know what I mean. Not necessarily like, I don't think it'll be a super scary thriller. I think it'll be one of those more just like intense, you don't really know where it's going to go, for obviously people who haven't read the book, kind of thriller.
Okay, let's move on to another one. I am excited for The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. I'm throwing us all around the place. Yeah. This one I think is another 2026 release, but this one's starring Leighton Meester and Jared Padalecki. I can't say his last name. But the fact that
it's very hot
Blair and Dean are going to be in a movie together is just it's making my brain do things. Yeah.
I love that Leighton Meester is like having her moment again, because I literally loved her so much in Gossip Girl. She nailed that character. And I always wanted, she was in a few other movies around then, but she kind of took a really big break, and I've been seeing her in more recently. And I was like, and I love that her and Adam Brody are together, because I was like, that makes so much sense.
Okay, when you see Adam Brody, do you think Seth or do you think Dave Rogowski?
Dave. He popped up in a movie the other night, and like it was the opposite. Like my partner was like, I was like, oh my god, it's Dave, and he was like, huh?
Like, no, that's
like, I didn't know he was in this. yeah, literally. I was like, I didn't know you were in this. I'm very excited for this one. I think this again could be very fun. Do we know if this is it like a Netflix or Amazon or Hulu or anything like that, or is it a fully?
I actually didn't look into that. I'm not sure, but it is a movie. It's I'm excited that it's hopefully going to give like classic rom-com vibes, because the book gives that classic rom-com vibe. Director choice I think is interesting though in this one. So the director is Elizabeth Allen Rosenbaum, who directed Ginny and Georgia, which I actually haven't seen, but also Spinning Out, and also a Pretty Little Liars spinoff, which
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah, very different genres to like a rom-com movie. But I never watched the Pretty Little Liars spinoff, but I think I watched like clips from it, just from things that have popped up. But Spinning Out, have you seen that one?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of like bittersweet about Spinning Out, because I was so mad that it got canceled. But it's a figure skating TV show that was on Netflix, and it was very Black Swan, but make it figure skating. and I loved it so much. The main girl in it was, oh gosh, what's her name? Kaya Scalero? What's her last name?
Oh,
You
yeah.
know her?
I can like see the little icon now. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And it was so good. I loved the first season, and then it got canceled. And I was so sad. My heart was broken. It was literally the favorites.
Oh
Like
my
when I
God.
was reading the favorites, I was like, this is spinning out.
That's so cool. I haven't watched it. Do I watch it and just have my heart broken like you, or do I just
I know. I mean, it's a good time. I would recommend it. And like, if you're okay with just like knowing there's not going to be season two, go for it. But
Yeah.
yeah, very, very enjoyable. But very different tone to
I
like The Bodyguard. So I don't know how that's going to go.
Even Ginny and Georgia, I actually have watched the first season, and then like I tried to watch the second season. I didn't get very far in there. I actually liked elements of this. Like I know it gets a lot of slander, but I actually don't think it was that bad of a series. It was more the story that was a little bit random. Like I feel like that it was the actual writing that had some plot holes and everything. But the actual direction of it I actually liked. Is it Ginny? Yeah, it is. Okay, I always forget which one's the mum, which one's the daughter, because it's like a mother and daughter thing. But I didn't mind it. So, oh yeah, I'll be interested to see her though, because all of these kind of seem to have a, I don't know, thriller, mystery undertone to them. Like Ginny and Georgia
Yeah.
has that kind of like undertone of darkness to it, and obviously Pretty Little Liars. So yeah, that'll be interesting, having to fully focus on the romance.
Yeah, I mean, I will say there is a little bit of a stalker element in The Bodyguard because the premise of it is
Okay.
that she's hired as his bodyguard because he's like a Hollywood star and he has a stalker.
Yeah.
So she has to protect him from his stalker. So I guess there might be parts of it that have that little creepy
Yeah.
undertone, but like overall, it's a rom-com.
Yeah, I haven't read that one yet. I have seen mixed thoughts overall on that book, which is why I didn't pick it up. Like some people are a little bit underwhelmed by it, I've seen. So,
I really liked it. I thought it was fun. Like it wasn't a 5 star, but I think it was a 4 star. And
yeah.
the third act conflict was just wild, which will be funny to see on screen too. But
Yeah. I am obviously very, very excited for Project Hail Mary, but we'll just like touch on that because we have talked about it in the
yeah.
past. That comes out so soon. Comes out in March 20th of this year. And I am like so excited to see that movie. Trying to get everyone I know to read the book before they
Yeah.
watch the movie. And I was like, if you don't like the book, just listen to the audiobook. Like it doesn't even matter. Like just experience it.
It's easy.
I'm not going very well, in case you're wondering. No,
Oh
nobody's really
no.
listening.
No.
To be fair, I'm trying to convince these people who haven't picked up a book in like 5 years to read a book suddenly. So it's a slow race.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm so excited about this one. I'm a little bit worried because the trailer looks really good, but I feel like I pictured this one so clearly in my head, which is
Yeah.
weird because like I've been saying I can't picture sci-fi very well, but this one was written in a way. I think it was like simple. Like our environments were simple that I could picture
Yeah.
everything that was happening in a lot of detail. So I'm just scared that if something just doesn't look like what I pictured, then it's gonna throw me off. I think also because
Yeah.
going into the book, I already knew Ryan Gosling was playing the main guy. Like, it was so easy to picture him as the main character, especially in the parts where he kind of lets himself go, like, throughout the
Yeah.
story. And then I could just picture him, like, in the Notebook when his, like, hair grows, like, long and scraggly. Like, that's, like, what I
Yeah.
pictured as him. And then all of his, like, snarky line deliveries, I just pictured Crazy Stupid Love Ryan Gosling, because like he's pretty like
Yeah.
sassy in that one. So like I pictured his line deliveries so specifically too that if he doesn't deliver them in that exact way, I feel like I'm gonna be let
It'll be
down.
his fault.
Yeah, like in the weirdest way because I in my mind I know what he sounds like and I know what he looks like when he's supposed to be delivering
Yeah.
these lines the right way. But like, how would if he does it another way?
I think something else I'm also really curious about is the pacing of it, because it is a very specifically like well thought out, well paced book. And we have, do I say? No, I can't. I'm not going to say anything because I went in so blind. It wasn't even, we're going blind. But yeah, we just have very interesting pace, like a very interesting layout of this book. And I think it'll be interesting. I hope they keep true to that, because I think if they don't, it could kind of spoil that sense. Like I don't know, there was so much unknown the first few chapters of this book, and you slowly like start to understand things throughout the book. And I think that is very much because of the pacing. So
yeah, that's a good point actually, because it is like, I know we were all shocked at how much they revealed in the trailer, so that is a little worrisome that they're not gonna lean into the amnesia thing, like the unknown of it all. That's a good point. Yeah. Okay, now I'm scared.
Yeah, that was probably my only like thing. I think it'll still be fun, like either or. Like I don't think it'll be bad. You'd have to do a lot to make this movie not enjoyable. But I just think people who have read the book compared to people who haven't are going to have a very different experience watching it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, seeing people's opinions, like who have read the book and who haven't read the book. I do want to talk about one more before we get into our, like, what we want to be adapted. The Wedding People by Alison S. Patch just got announced, that I saw, getting a film adaptation, I think. Or is it a TV series? Yeah. I think it's a film adaptation. I think this one's going to be so interesting because the directors are Josh Gordon and Will Speck. And I looked at their filmography, and they're known for like really slapstick, crude, kind of raunchy type comedies. Like they did The Office Christmas Party, they did like Blades of Glory, like just that type of movie. And although The Wedding People is comedic in a way, it's a very different type of humor. I would say it's like more dark satire, more subtle humor. And so like I don't know how this team who did like Blades of Glory is gonna do The Wedding People. It sounds a little off to me, so I'm a little worried.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And I feel like, I mean, I haven't read this one, but this has gotten so much attention within the last, I'd say like what, half a year?
Yeah.
It has gotten so much attention. So if they don't do it right, I reckon they'll have people to answer to.
Yeah. And like this story is very good. Like it's very nuanced. There's a lot of subtleties in everything, and all the characters, and the way the humor is done, I think has to be done in a very, very specific way. So like if they're going full out Blades of Glory, Office Christmas Party, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
At all. So, yeah, just wanted to throw that in there in this episode because I'm worried. I'm very worried about that one.
We'll see that maybe the cast will like help us.
Hope so. Yeah, it is being produced by, like, the production company is TriStar Pictures, which I think they're known for more, not indie films, because they're an actual production company, but, like, films that feel a little lower to medium budget, like indie feeling films. And I feel like that vibe suits The Wedding People. So there's that going for it. But yeah, we don't really know too much about this one yet. But I'm just worried. I'm airing out my concerns.
Now I think we'll get into books that we think would make incredible. Are these just movies, or do you have one for like a TV show? Because I think
we can cast TV shows versus movies, because I think I have one for each, and I have other ones. But I think Vicious, or the Villain series by V.E. Schwab, would make an incredible movie series. Specifically, don't make it TV, please. Don't make it TV. But I think it'd be so cinematically, and I think it's like very specifically, there was this one moment in Vicious. This is not spoilers because it's so out of context. You will not know what I'm talking about. But there's this one moment where a character walks into a hotel and there's a revolving door and like walks into this hotel. And then there's another character who I think is like at reception or something with their back turned. And like if these characters saw each other, it would have been like a really dramatic moment. But they didn't see each other. So like you see this like revolving door, and then like they walk past, and then it's like oh, it was so close, but they didn't see each other. And the way that specific moment was written in this book felt like such a movie moment that like I read that and I was like, I just need to see this moment being played out on screen. And that's like the reason why I want this to be adapted.
That actually sounds really satisfying to like, or like, it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but that sounds so cool.
Yeah, that like anxiety feeling of like, oh my God, are they going to see each other? And then they just pass each other by. They don't look at each other. But it was like, it was just the way it was written. Like it was written so cinematically.
Yep.
And I think like these books in general in the series are written very cinematically. So I think they would do very well on screen. It's also like anti-superheroes, which is so much fun. And I think would be like not too difficult to adapt to because it's just like slightly sci-fi or like, hi Bowie, slightly sci-fi or like slightly magical. And it's like urban. So it's set in a real life city, so it's like it's not going to be that hard to like recreate a whole new environment. So I think this one could definitely be done as a movie.
Yeah, that would be very cool. I mean, I'll get back to you when I read it.
Yeah, read
that
it.
would be very cool. Yeah. One that I thought would make an incredible, again, movie series is, okay, there's been rumors around this one, but The Medoran Chronicles by Lynette and Noni. There's been rumors that this is possibly a TV series, I think, but I don't think, from what I could find, we haven't had anything concrete yet. So I was like, I think it would make a great series because it's like a magic school, a magic academy, and we're following quite young characters. I think from memory, they're like 14 or something. So I just think, think I would have loved it. Can you imagine? Like, it's very Percy Jackson, Harry Potter vibes.
Yeah.
So magical. We have a really great sense of found family, like some really core characters that we follow throughout the years at the school. And it's, I just think it would be so much fun. I think the covers as well, in a sense, give off what I think you imagine when you're reading the series. Like, it's a very whimsical, magical, but in the sense of like bright colors and like sparkles and every fantasy creature you can imagine, like that kind of vibe. And I think it would just be so much fun watching it on screen. And you would have to have a good cast. I think you'd really have to find the right the right people to play our characters because they're such, I don't know, they've got a lot of personality to them, I guess. But yeah, I think it would just be fun. Like, I think it would just be Percy Jackson fun.
Yeah, I haven't read this one, but yeah, I feel like we do need a new magical school show.
Yeah.
We haven't had one in a while, I don't think.
Well, I think like, I guess Percy Jackson, but the newer series.
Yeah.
But that was really interesting because that one was so like, I read the Percy Jackson books and then I was obsessed with those two movies we got from them that were like, they were way older than they should have been and whatever. I loved them when I was younger. And so then when I was watching the remake, I guess, I was like, oh, they feel really young. And I was like, no, this is the age they're actually meant to be in the book. Like, they're meant to be 13. But it just feels so weird seeing an actual, like, 13, 14-year-old play a 13, 14-year-old. It's, for some reason, not a common thing.
Yeah, doesn't happen too often.
No.
That sounds really fun. I guess if we're on the note of TV, I want the Greenbone Saga to be adopted. I think this would make such a good TV series with all the interweaving storylines. It's already multi-POV, which I think multi-POV always suits TV very well because you can like cut across storylines as they're happening in parallel, and then with all like the twists and unexpected things happening, imagine those cliffhangers at the end of episodes would be so fun and exciting. And I just love like the crime syndicate clan stuff in TV form. I just think it's so fun. I think this would be so dramatic, so fun, and could be done really well.
And it was I was surprised how easy this world is to picture. Like, I have such a strong idea of what, like, the kind of, I don't know, family home looks like and all those kind of areas in the family home and each other's office and the city in itself. I just have a really strong image of it. When I opened the book and I saw the map and it was like this, urban, like it was like an actual city that we were looking at, like a modern city, I was like, I am not going to understand this. And I was like, oh, wait, I take that pressure off myself and it's actually fine.
Yeah.
Pardon?
It actually makes it easier because it's in real life.
Yeah, it does. I feel like whenever I see I don't know, a different, something I'm not used to, not like this magical land with hills and mountains and stuff. I always get a little bit scared and I'm like, oh no, am I going to understand this? And then I do, it's fine. Like, it's a popular book for a reason. Everyone understands it.
Yeah, it makes it easier. No hills, no mountains needed.
Another, I think this would be, a movie series is The Shepherd King duology by Rachel Gillig. Ooh. I feel like this could be so cool. Just the atmosphere. If someone were to capture the atmosphere correctly, this could be one of the coolest like movie adaptations. And to be honest, like we don't have that much travel really, like in the second one a bit, but in the first one, like, you know, we have these kind of key areas that a lot of our action takes place, I guess. And I think that just leaves a lot of room for them to like really focus on those areas. And I just think the sets, like, can you imagine the sets? They could be so cool.
So cool.
Literally. And like the cards, tarot cards, using that as like that coming to screen they could do that in such creative ways. I think it'd be a lot of work, but I think it could be a really, really cool series or TV.
How do you think
film series?
What do you think about like how the nightmare could be done? Because I find that sometimes like voices in the head can be a little worrisome, and I'm actually worried about the Fourth Wing adaptations because of that. Like I don't know how they're gonna do the dragons in the head thing without making it weird.
Yeah. That's the only part that I'm like, oh, I feel like a very talented director could envision that correctly. Again, I'm trying to think of, I don't know. I feel like it's not done for a reason. Like it's a hard task.
Yeah, because like I feel like every time there's a voice in your head, it just seems cheesy. Like I haven't really seen it done well. Maybe I mean like Galadriel in Lord of the Rings, but like even that was a little cheesy.
Yeah.
Like,
it just worked because it was so like old.
Yeah, and it's minimal. It's not like a big part of it, you know. It was like just a one-off thing once in a while. But yeah.
I am thinking of like even, you know, Harry Potter is it Order of the Phoenix or Half-Blood Prince? Order of the Phoenix, I think. When he starts to kind of have like visions and have like things happening to him. And I feel like they captured it in a good sense where it kind of was like this moment where he would like go like get really angry and like give in to those. Like they weren't even voices though. They were more just like, they were kind of, they were like whispers. But again, it was very momentary. It wasn't a lot.
It's kind of like, I feel like it could end up being, I mean, they did this one very well, but like, have you seen You?
Yeah.
And it's like.
They did that so well.
Yeah, but there will be moments where he's like going on these tangents in his head, but he's just standing there. Have you seen the cuts where they removed the voices in his head and he's just standing there like as like his inner monologue's going, and then the other characters who's like in the conversation is just staring at them like hello?
It's actually, they did such a good job with that. Yeah, to be fair, if they could do something like that. And again, going back to even anxious people, like if it's an unreliable narrator, like something, I don't know what it's like, but, you know, they did a narration really, really well for You. And I mean, the series got crazy, but it always was the narrating point of view was very cement. Like it was really great throughout the entire series, I thought.
Yeah, it was done well. I just don't know how that will translate to like having conversations with your dragons or like a nightmare in your head as you're just like standing there in the middle of a conversation. I don't know.
Yeah, that's so true. I didn't even think about the dragons in the head, to be honest. I didn't even think of that.
That was my first thought when the Fourth Wing adaptations got announced, was the dragons in the head is going to be so weird.
Because it's not even, but even then if you were to make them just talk to them, a talking dragon's weird as well. Like, you know, talking to your dragon is a hard thing in any circumstance.
It's difficult to pull off talking to your dragon.
Yeah.
Haven't experienced it firsthand, but it sounds hard.
Yeah, can't say.
I guess I have one more, but I basically wanted to just say The Favorites by Layne Fargo. I added this to the list as I was doing our little research for the other ones, and I saw that one of the directors was the director of Spinning Out, and then Spinning Out led me to The Favorites, and I was like, I want Spinning Out I want like more spinning out. So if you can give that to me in the form of the favorites, then I'll accept it.
I think these favorites could make a really good movie as well. Although now I'm thinking of like Daisy Jones. That is probably one of the best like book to TV series adaptations I've ever seen. And that was done really, really well. And I think if they did something similar like that to the favorites, that could be really good.
Yeah, you know what? TV series. The favorites TV series.
Because like it takes place over quite a long amount of time.
Yeah.
Like
and
that would be really cool.
Without spoiling things, like when they separate, like you can go off on different POVs as well, which is exciting.
That would be really cool. There's a big opportunity there for someone. If you know.
Someone grab it now.
Yeah, literally. Put your hand up.
Winter Olympics is coming up.
It's the perfect time. You've got
organic you make the movie in a month.
Yeah, literally. It's really crazy that so many books and movies are suddenly getting adapted. Like, I feel like it's all happened at once. And for a while, it was more just, oh, we got the rights to this movie, blah, blah, blah. But now they're actually coming out. So it's quite crazy to experience that. Like, obviously, we had The Housemaid. We had, well, Regretting You. But, yeah. Anyway, we've got Project Hail Mary. We've got People We Meet on Vacation, which when we're filming this isn't quite out. But actually, it's out today. So.
Yeah, it is out. Go watch it.
Hopefully, should we do a debrief next? If we have both watched it by next week, we can do a little debrief on what we think of it.
We shall. I think it's going to be a good time. Hopefully it'll make me feel happy because in Canada it is snowing every single day this week.
Really?
Woke up to a huge snowstorm this morning. Check the weather. It's like at least for the next 3 days there's going to be snow, probably for the rest of the week.
Do you know what's crazy? We are literally going into a heat wave for the next 3 days. We have a 40-degree day every single day. So like that's like the actual opposite and like the extreme. Like you're going to be staying inside from a snowstorm. I'm going to be staying inside from like the extreme heat.
Same result, different reasons.
Yeah. Oh my God. At least you can like cozy up and read some books.
It's good reading.
Thank God you're a reader.
Yeah, thank goodness I like staying home. All right. Okay, yeah, I think that wraps it up for this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If there are any movie-to-screen adaptations, or if there are any book-to-screen adaptations that you are excited for, let us know in the comments. Or if there are any books that you're like, this needs an adaptation, let us know as well. Love to see it. Love to hear all of your opinions. But if you guys are still here listening to the end, thank you for listening wherever you are in the world or whatever time zone you're in.
Until next time, stay comfy and keep reading.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on socials for more bookish content.
Bye. See you next week.